Prescott. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Cowboys and the Lions. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
It's a late season Saturday night in Dallas. The Lions, the Cowboys underway here in Week 17. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Option play, here's Pollard. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. He'll take it at the 42. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career's been rejuvenated a bit as of late. In season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Goff in this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 1st down.
Give to Reynolds. And that's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run. The Lions at 4-11 on the year. And they come in the midst of a season-crushing losing streak. It's up to 9 games now.
And this is a team that's not shown much consistency during this losing streak because they've never really looked like they've been ready to play. You question their motivation. You wonder what's going on with them. And I don't have a PhD in psychology, but the body language, it's awful.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 32. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Montgomery on the counter. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Lions put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles,
there he goes, right side. Now he's loose at the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, until recently, only something you probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Prescott now. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
And a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
What's the deal?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Goff. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Trying to get that to Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And now it's 3rd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
St. Brown in motion right. On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here's 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Goff. And he is caught. He's takes this one down just shy of the 20. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. They'll try the middle with Montgomery, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Back to Montgomery on second down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
These two teams all tied after one. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Open man right side is St. Brown. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Lions have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just start back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing, Prescott. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he goes out right around the 39. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Prescott on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat. Brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they're trying to preach.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
The Lions on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Goff now to throw. And this one is incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up 4th.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right? I
think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. Call it a gain of a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8. Now Prescott. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. That's taken at around the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 9. Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Micah Parsons. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, that's what they have to do more defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. 3rd and long. It's Goff. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a good call there. That brings up 4th.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the...
Now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. First throw now for the backup lock. He finds his man, Pollard. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, 44 yards. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Another shot now for this Lions offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I would say it would probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And that will come the... take over. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Perfect execution on that inside handoff, and then a little will, a little brute strength to move forward after the contact.
What do we call that now in today's NFL? Heck, in today's football? Contact balance, right? That's the buzzword, the phrase you hear. A back who can absorb contact, bounce off of it, and keep moving. Just what you said. Brute strength, force of will.
Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw is Prescott. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Prescott. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And this one is right down the middle, and that will tie things at 17 all. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Khalif Raymond, one man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. That
was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
4 yards on the pickup.
2nd down, Prescott.
At the 41-yard line.
That's dumped off to Pollard. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Goff. It's St. Brown. And they're going to have a 1st down and also well in the field goal range all the way down to the 15 here. From the red zone now, Goff. This to Laporta, right side. And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Goff throwing again. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun 2nd half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the 1st half. And now, here in the 2nd half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the 1st half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, That allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now Goff looking to change the play. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Off play action. Here's Goff. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here's Pollard again. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. Prescott to throw it. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they have regained the lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Goff in this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. Responsible for well over 100 yards of total offense, but still hasn't found the end zone. You think that's in the back of his mind going into this drive?
It's always in the back of the mind of the players having that type of a day because you want that gratification for your work, right? You want that stamp on top of everything. But bottom line for him, he's doing great work. Sometimes it just opens it up for other people to actually get into the end zone for him.
The runners, you know, would they rather have 60 yards, 3 touchdowns, or 150 no touchdowns?
I think more than likely 150 and no touchdowns. But all the runners that I know would say, I'll take 150 and 3 touchdowns. They're greedy that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes where people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Lions.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Cowboys' 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Gibbs straight ahead. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Fourth down to give to Gibbs. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. A fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see them drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 92 yards on the ground so far for Montgomery. It's a 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. David Montgomery taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
We're getting set up for what should be a great 4th quarter. This has been a hard-hitting game because both teams have punched and counterpunched equally well. And here's a good finish to this drive. A touchdown run here late in the 3rd quarter.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Tony Pollard and his Dallas teammates ready again on offense. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball really increases this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Bobby Wagner multiple times in All-Pro in there to drop him for a loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
115 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
His 2nd sack of the night. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and it just locked people down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
The Lions on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Goff. Looking downfield for Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Offense back out there. We shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Prescott. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Prescott now. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Prescott yet again. Left side to Lamb. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Brings up 3rd and
2. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, Prescott. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Now that's a big pickup right there. And so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Prescott from the gun. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. To the air again, Prescott.
That's dumped off to Pollard.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Automatic first down.
Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. Now Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Pollard is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 3. And the Lions first down.
Now a first down throw. Goff. And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
2nd and 10.
Goff now looking to throw. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Detroit.
Now Goff. Man open, here is Jones. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Goff going to shift him around. Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Riley Patterson to kick off for the Lions.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
So here's Goff and the Lions.
Down by a field goal, a little over a minute to go. Their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Goff now to throw. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Now it's Goff.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Now Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibbs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
Back to throw.
That's to the tight end, Laporta.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Here we go, 1st and goal. Goff going to move his guys around a bit.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Riley Patterson, the kickoff for the Lions.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. To throw, Prescott.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Ferguson.
And he'll have a quick 1st down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive. It would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Prescott. And that's complete downfield to Cooks.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Here's 1st down.
One last shot now for Prescott. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for Detroit,
they moved to 5-11 now on the year.